Hey, so here we are with Ben, Lucy and Josh from the SVA, here to tell us something about their cause.
Why don't you ever want to play? I'm tired of this piece of string. You sleep as much as I do now, and you don't eat much of anything.
So what is SVA?
SVA, Student Volunteers Abroad. We're an entirely student-run society based here on campus, but we're also an international development charity, and we send out groups of between 6 and 12 volunteers to various countries around the world. Different projects that we run may include things like teaching, construction, HIV/AIDS awareness. There's a whole range of activities that we get involved with, just depending on where it is and how we can help best. Every project is based in a specific location. Some projects it's always the same location each year, and then we travel to different areas. And then other projects, the location that they're based in vary year to year. For example, in Malawi, we're always based in the same NGO, and then where we work may depend on what's going on that year. Whereas in Nepal, sometimes...
Yeah, I mean it's quite similar. We're always based in the same region of Nepal. In Nepal, you stay with our host family, so a family in each village is dedicated to that house of volunteers, and so we stayed with a family, which is probably that was definitely my favourite part of the process. We have a counterpart with us, so he's a Nepalese student or / volunteer, so he comes out and helps with any sort of language barriers and cultural differences. And he lives with us for the whole project.
It's a bit different in Malawi. We stay in the compound of the NGO that we're working with. So there's 2 guest houses within the compound of the NGO, so we stay there. So it's quite good because you get access to their computers to organise different projects, and can email back home and discuss what's going on. And then also you get a chance to get to know the people who work at that NGO in Malawi.
Every project that we run has to be voted back in at the start of the year. So if we believe that there's problems in country, for example, if we use the Foreign Commonwealth Office advice line, and we think that it's unsafe or potentially too risky, then the project won't run. If there's not any major problems, then we rely on the NGO in the country to make sure that everything's safe. So, for example, in Malawi, we are in a security compound. That makes it sound like a prison. It's not. But there's guards there. So even though we are in the community, we are also kind of safe from theft, etc. I think the security concerns vary from project to project, and we do liaise a lot with the partner organisation and rely on their local knowledge to make sure that it is safe. There's certainly no way that we'd have a project where we felt that there were safety concerns. All the groups do fundraisers, so...
Yeah, well, last year we did communal fundraisers almost, that we did around Glasgow, and had a band night, a quiz night, a ceilidh, and have various bake sales and things around campus. But then also we all did individual fundraisers as well. So some people did sponsored runs, and some people had like a race night at their home. I had like a dancing show and like theatre show like in my hometown as well. So like people did stuff at home and did stuff in Glasgow.
I shaved my head, which was highly embarrassing, so I wouldn't advise that sort of thing. But it's good fun. You meet all the volunteers that you wouldn't have met otherwise.
Last year we had quite a few training sessions before we actually went out to the country. So from the months beforehand we were having discussions about the culture of the country from the coordinators who'd gone the year before, and discussions about ethics. Discussions about just because a lot of the projects are mainly teaching, so we had teacher training, health,
awareness, HIV/AIDS, cultural, and then when we get there, I don't know about the other project, but for Nepal we have cultural training once you're out in Nepal as well.
Yeah, the first week of the Malawi project was all, we had a sort of a training week with our partner NGO, and we had language training and cultural, sessions during that week. So it's pretty good. You're quite well prepared with it. Yeah.
I think it's important to say that part of the adventure of SVA is that you can never be fully prepared. It is a completely different culture, and we do try to prepare our volunteers as best as we can, but there's always going to be some things that you can't prepare people for, and that is part of the experience.
So why did you guys decide to do SVA?
I wanted to do SBA because I thought it would be a fantastic experience in a new culture, completely different way of life, and experiencing it firsthand, living in a community was something that I really wanted to do.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Just decided that definitely wanted to do something different, and then just went along to the information evening and decided that it definitely was for me. And just hearing the experiences of the previous volunteers just makes you realise how what an amazing experience that they had, and just was totally immersing yourself in a different culture and getting involved in a totally different almost world from here. So it was really good.
Yeah, I mean the same really. Sort of I knew people that had gone the years before, and everyone just raves about it. No one's got a bad word to say about it. And I've just never done anything like it. Definitely it just seems too good to miss.
I think it's also like SBA offers you the opportunity to, during your summer, rather than go away and work in a bar or spend time saving money or whatever, like a work placement, it's something that's really worthwhile, and you feel that the time that you spent with SBA, you've done something that's made a difference, even though maybe it's not changing the world entirely. You have made a difference to someone else's life in a different community, and that's a good feeling.
What do you think were your best experiences with SVA?
That's such a hard one. For me, I think it was definitely sort of living with the family in the pool. That was just totally immersed in the community and the culture. Yeah, that was just amazing.
I think one of the best days I had in Malawi last summer was just our final day. I had a leaving ceremony at the orphanage that I've been working at. We had the opening of our construction project, which was 2 new classroom blocks and an office block we built for another local orphanage, and then had a leaving celebration with the other Malawi volunteers we've been working with, and it was just great to see everything that you've sort of achieved over those 10 weeks. Because the kids from my orphanage were having, some of them were going off to primary school because they were all aged 3 to 5, and just seeing the total, the progress that they made over the 10 weeks was such a worthwhile, making me how worthwhile the project was and things like that.
I don't know if there was one highlight for me. I think maybe looking back as a whole, the highlight would be different relationships that I've built up with various local people, and looking back and thinking, how much I learned and how we became close friends by the end of it. If anyone wants to get involved with SVA this year, go onto our website. There's information about each of the projects that we run. As I said, there's 7 this year, and they all run between June and September of next summer. So go on, read about what you find interesting, maybe which one's most suited to you, and if you decide you want to have a go, you can download the application form and either hand it into the John Mack building or just email it back. Hopefully, if your application form is strong enough, you'll be invited to a selection day where we'll have group activities and individual interviews, and after that you'll find out whether or not you've got. If you are interested, don't pass up this opportunity. This is a fantastic opportunity, and it's not something that comes around every day.
It really is what's like. Once you finish uni, then you can't really do it again. So I'm gutted I could only do it once.
Yeah, definitely go for it.